Well, as our final question for this panel, how have you in your marriage and in your family encouraged and helped one another to pray?
Well, that's an easy question.
You answer that question.
Yeah.
I've
When
been
we were
talking
newly
too much.
married, we knew we should pray together, and we tried it and we hated it. We just had two different styles. Tim was a very methodical, sort of thoughtful, organized prayer, and he would pray through lists.
One
and
time
things
I
like
prayed. One time I prayed, and I get no, and you were quiet, and I looked up and said, "What?" And you said, "I hated that prayer." Remember that?
that. Yeah, I did.
So what do you mean you hated that prayer? Oh, was it wrong? Was it theologically wrong?
Stylistically, we had we have different emotional temperaments. Whereas, like I said, I came from the charismatic movement, and although I have left that theology behind, my prayer life is much more like Beethoven's symphonies, kind of thing. So we tried it for a while, and we grated on each other, so we just kind of left it. Well, life rolled on, and it got to some difficult places, and we said, if we're not praying together, we're really gonna not make it. And so we committed, how many years ago? 15, 20 years?
It was right after 9/11, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It was October of 2001.
I don't remember. A lot of things were going wrong, so that could have been it. But anyway, that we were going to pray together every night before bed, no matter what. And it varies in length, it varies in passion, it's sometimes very perfunctory, but we get it done. Whether Tim's in Hong Kong and we're on the wrong side of the world, we do it by phone. We haven't missed a day.
We haven't.
And but it's not, and that's not anything to be proud of, because it's not like it's the greatest prayer life in the world. It's not great in its depth, but it has endured in its breadth. Let's put it that way. And God often shows up. I mean, sometimes it's just like, well, we did it. Okay, go to bed. Good night.
Yeah. The story of it is actually, I think, in my book on prayer. I tell a story about how Kathy, basically said, in other words, if you were told by a doctor that you couldn't live unless you took a pill every night at 11, you would do it. You'd never forget it. We're not going to make it if we don't do it. And the penny dropped for me. And what basically she's absolutely right. In the past, we both tried too hard to both pray, or to make our prayer together like the prayer we're supposed to be having with God personally. And we went for absolute simplicity and brevity. And just say, here are the things that are on our hearts right now. Here are the things that we think are most important. Sometimes we've actually we've had a conflict, and we pray about that. Sometimes.
Why do those always happen at bedtime?
Yeah, it usually does. But when I say brief, I'm talking about 2 minutes, probably.
5 minutes.
Maybe 5 at the most. And the brevity rather than the eloquence or being too elaborate is really what's brought us to the place where we actually do it all the time now. So.
Tim and Kathy, thank you so much.
You are welcome.